Okay, after the Santa Tecla Mercado video that I did, a bunch of you guys said, yeah, but you should see Merliot. And this is the Merliot Mercado, and it's supposed to be the best, meaning the cleanest, the most organized mercado in all of El Salvador. So I'm going to show you this today and a little bit of the difference from the Santa Tecla one, and definitely how it's different from the US and anywhere else in the world. Let's go. First advantage of Merliot is right beside the mercado there's a Centro de Salud, or in other words, it's a medical clinic, because here in El Salvador they have public health and they have private health clinics, and the public health is free. So if you need to check in or something's bugging you and you're not sure if this is a sinus infection or a strep or whatever, you could stop there, get a quick checkup for free before you go in and do your compras. For example, this is the only mercado where you have to get your temperature checked and get some hand sanitizer before you go in. Okay, vamos. Merliot is much smaller mercado than Santa Tecla. As you notice when you come in, the dry goods go all down the two sides of the mercado, and in the middle is where all the produce stands are. The produce has very different presentation, and almost every stand has everything. Whereas over in Santa Tecla, if you remember, there were specialty stands that specialized in only certain fruits and vegetables. Here I noticed that even some people will go and buy their fruits and vegetables from other places just to make sure they have everything available. And you know that by finding stickers. If there's stickers, then that came from a processed plant. But you still need to check around and check prices, because I found some honey in here that I went to another stand and I found it for $2 cheaper. This is $60 for this arrangement. Isn't it gorgeous?
Sí. ¿Y cuánto cuesta una botella?
¿La botella pequeña quiere o la grande? Porque hay pequeña y hay grande. La pequeña vale $3.50 y la grande vale $7. Que es botella grande.
Eso es $7. Okay. Local honey, $7. And it came from off the road to Santa Ana. You can see in the top, it's the real deal. It's not processed, super filtered, nada. Yeah, this is a great way to beat your allergies. See or no? Glad I came, because I found something and I learned something new that I never knew before, and that's why you travel. So sometimes when I'm driving around, I've seen these trees that have it looks like literally a basketball. The fruit looks like a big massive basketball hanging from the tree. What ends up, those trees have moro. What happens is, but they make the original El Salvador's plates and bowls come from these guys. So what happens is those fruits, they get all dried out and then they cure them and they cut everything out of the inside, and then it's like a coconut shell, but it's all clean inside, and this is what they use for your soups. So here is a bowl. You get a big one for a bowl and a little one for your cup. And there you go, original plates and bowls. Nice. No more plastic. For example, check out what they did with this moro. It's not a coconut shell, it's moro. So they just cut off the top, and then boom, there's your cup. But then you're sitting there saying, yeah, but how do I put the thing down? I have to chug the whole thing, right? No, what you have is they have this little ring that's made from leaves that are all wound up. You put the ring down and you set this on top. And then your cup stands up and it doesn't fall. Perfect. And the other cool thing I learned about today that I've never seen before is if you got tortillas and they can't all come fresh off the hot iron, right? How do you warm up your tortillas again? Well, they have this. What you do is you put a little candle underneath, And then you put your tortillas right here on the side, and through the little holes, the heat comes out and keeps your tortillas nice and warm until you're ready to eat them. Perfect, huh? And if you just leave the candle under there, it still makes a really pretty low light. Check out, now that is one massive piñata. I wonder how much money, how much candy you would have to buy to fill that thing up. It would be massive. And it'd take a long time whacking that bear to get everything out. That's for sure. Central America, they take their piñatas seriously. And look, these are bags that are weaved themselves. They're a little bit more durable than the reed bags because they're made from plastic. I prefer reeds. And just like Santa Tecla, they have traditional Salvadorian clothes, and then they have modern clothes, whichever type of clothes you need. Because of the smaller size, there isn't quite the same amount of variety, but still, they've got something for everybody. Me encanta su camisa. And here we have Salon Row. Definitely looks a bit more professional than the last time. And I have to say, my $2 haircut ended up turning out like a $2 haircut. So you definitely get what you pay for wherever you are in the world. So I found the shoe repairman, and ends up my Tevas that I love are starting to open up. But they're not done yet, and I'm not willing to let them go. So he's gonna fix it for me really quick. ¿Y cuánto va a cobrarme?
Very expensive.
¿Ah?
Very expensive.
Oh, sí, claro, porque soy gringa.
No.
Sí, es ingreso de gringa.
$3.
$3. ¿En serio? Porque es, gringa tax. The other thing here in El Salvador is that since they use the dollar, and since everything is like based around the dollar, down here they use a lot of dollar coins. Whereas in the States, you almost never see a dollar coin. But down here it's more common to see a dollar coin than it is to see a paper dollar.
It's necessary to dry, you know.
I know. I need to get new shoes. I'll be getting me some chicos soon enough. But for now, I'm still loving my Tevas. Vamos. And just in case they don't take Bitcoin, you can always get your money out and then pay cash. But honestly, I've noticed here that it just happens about what you're gonna pay for. Like, if you're gonna buy something, you say, look, I only have Bitcoin, then you know what? Almost everybody has the Chivo app. They'll download it and they'll pull it out because they want the money. So regardless of how it comes. But as the demand rises, then more and more people will take it. It seems to be that easy. Okay, so here's the restaurant section, and as you can tell, it's definitely a lot cleaner than Santa Tecla. They have real mesas. They actually have refrigerators for the meat. They have like little rinconcitos. Eso parece chino. I think this is Chinese food. Puede ser. I don't know. Muy buenos días. Sopa de tortilla. Now, if it is a day that there is a partido or a soccer game going on, this place is full, packed to the max. And all of the televisions are transmitting the soccer game. And when somebody makes a goal, it goes crazy. It's pretty cool. If you're gonna come down here and go to the Mercado, I definitely recommend, like down here, you don't do a sports bar. You go to the Mercado if you want to see the game and you're not gonna watch it at home. Because it's like being at the game, but being at a restaurant at the game. It's pretty cool. ¿Cuántas tortillas hacen por día? ¿Qué piensa? Muchas. ¿Como 1,000, 2,000? 3,000. 3,000? Más o menos. Okay. Definitely what you call the Tortilla Factory. Look at how fast they are. Son tan rápido.
Queríamos ir a hacer tortillas a Estados Unidos.
And here is mariscos and cócteles. And I have to say, as a non-seafood lover, I have had some cócteles down here that are awesome. And I do not like shrimp, but they don't taste anything seafoody or fishy at all. They're really good. Eso fue un gran pescado. So this guy is making chimol, which is like the Salvadorian version of pico de gallo, except it has tomatoes, onions, and cilantro. So it doesn't have any lemon juice like normal pico, and it doesn't have any jalapenos or peppers. And that's what makes it different. Some specific Salvadorian things that you can get in here. This is aguachte, which is ground up pumpkin seeds or pumpkin seed flour. And this is what they made the chuco that I had in the last video from Santa Ana. The chuco that I have right here. This is what they put in it. And one of my favorite things that I think El Salvador does way better than the US or anywhere else, honestly, in the world, even Europe, yeah, in my opinion, is the chocolate. When they do hot chocolate down here, it doesn't have a lot of milk. It's sweet. It's more like a dark chocolate, hot chocolate, and it's more warm instead of like boiling hot. It is something that you gotta try it to know what it's like. Because I've had dark chocolate in the States, and it's still not the same. It's awesome here. And I'm gonna show you one of my favorite places. It's right at the side entrance. They make the best liquidos. And what I love about this place, in most of Central America, you can pretty much throw together whatever you want and they'll make it for you. Sure thing. So, for example, and all the fruit is, nothing's made from syrup down here. Now, syrup almost is more expensive than actually making it from the real fruit. So as you can see right here, ¿cómo se dice Okay, so this is fresco de ensalada. So they literally put tons of different fruits in there, and the fruit juices just bring all together, and then listo. There you go. They usually do put sugar in there. If you want your juice without sugar, you need to specify it beforehand. And a few places I've seen do have other sweeteners like stevia or honey, but again, you always got to ask beforehand. So these guys, I just asked them to put together a licuado de naranja. So I did orange, banana, and zapote. Zapote is it's a fruit down here that's kind of orange on the inside, and I don't think there's an English name for it, so I'm not gonna guess. And since I kind of put that together, he's like, oh, I think it's $2. Sounds good to me. So she has all these fruit juices ready to go that she juiced this morning. She's got, I think this one's piña and naranja, tamarindo, arayan. Okay, arayan is another fruit that you guys aren't gonna know about. You have to come here to try it. And then the big vat in the back, that's horchata, because Everybody here loves horchata. Oh, and the best lemonade in El Salvador, that limonada con hierba buena, which is spearmint lemonade, which is infamously. They don't do raspberry lemonades and stuff like that. They always do spearmint lemonade. And he is juicing my oranges and smoothing it up right now. Love the fresh. That's the advantage to eating here instead of going to, say, the mall or somewhere else. You know, the food here was made that very morning. It is totally fresh. And I mean, maybe not necessarily organic, but it's fresh and it was made to order right then and there. Gotta love it. So good. And of course, it doesn't have any sugar because I asked them not to put any sugar. So here you can tell it's a little bit different from the other mercado because their pupusas are big. These are big pupusas. But these are revueltos. And the revuelto is probably the most common pupusa. And what it means it has chicharron. It has a little bit of pork meat inside. And then it has frijoles, some refried beans, and queso. And the queso always comes out and fries on the grill. But these are big pupusas. Okay, so that was our trip to the Mercado Merliot, and I got all of these fruits and vegetables for $15. And some of the prices were the same as Santa Tecla, but most of them were more expensive. But as you can see in the video, it's also a bit of a nicer mercado. So I'm Jenn. Travel more, live more, be more. See you next time.